Hiya. How's that going? How's it sounding? Let me know in the comments if that sounds okay. I'm going to do a daily revision question for you so you can try and apply your knowledge. So you can treat this one as a 6-marker. It's written down in the description as well, and you can leave your answer to it in the comments, and tomorrow I'll come back with another daily revision question, and I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll pick the best answers and I'll use that to illustrate any ideas and tell you what you should have been thinking about. So this one is a bit of a 6-marker, so without further ado, compare the braking systems in a car with a heavy goods vehicle. Use estimations of typical values and calculations in your answer, and use ideas about energy stores and transfers to illustrate your answer. I'll repeat that just at the end. There's some bonus ideas, especially if you're A-level. Then these are the bonus ideas. Discuss different forces involved in different situations on the road for the 2 types of vehicles and the effectiveness of different vehicles, different braking systems in those situations. I will put that in the comments as well. I'm here at the Transport Museum in Glasgow, which is an amazing place. So maybe think about some of these sort of typical cars, maybe even sort of for bonus ideas, maybe how braking systems have developed in the over time. But I want you really to compare typical road car braking systems with heavy goods vehicle, that's a lorry braking systems. And I want you to make sure that I want you to estimate some typical values and make some calculations to illustrate your answer. I hope that makes sense. So you can treat that as being a 6-marker. And we'll have a little look in the chat as well in just a second, but I'm not going to be here for long. This is just a really quick revision question for you to think about, to help you structure your revision and think about what you need to be getting right, applying your knowledge to a question in an exam. Okay, this is Gorilla Physics. Make sure you're subscribed so you see all of these. We want you to get that grade A star or that grade 9 in your GCSEs or your A-levels. So do think of an answer, leave it in the comments. That's something, Lane, you might want to do a little bit of research to kind of add detail to your answer if you like. Make sure you do subscribe so you don't miss out any of these. They're going to do a little bit of a series, hopefully do these every single weekday. And I'll come back tomorrow with some answers. I'll pick the best GCSE one, I'll pick the best A-level one. Okay, just to repeat that question one last time and then I'll have a quick look at the chat. Compare the braking systems in a typical car and a typical HGV, heavy goods vehicle. Use estimations of typical values and calculations in your answer. Use ideas about energy stores and transfers to explain your answer. And bonus ideas, discuss different forces involved in different situations. Yep, getting a C is hard in A-level. I always think it's worth saying in A-level that an E grade is still a pass. In GCSE, like a C or a 4 is a kind of pass grade, isn't it, right? But in A-level, every grade, if you pass it, it's a pass. It's a good grade to have. And then the last one, Rue, I will be able to pass if you did 10 years of papers. Yeah, you know, a lot of people think past papers is one of the best revision techniques, and I absolutely agree with that. That's why doing this question and putting your answer in the real comments, the actual comments of this video, will be a really good bit of revision, because you have to actually apply that knowledge, and maybe you might have to do a bit of reading, a little bit of research. Lane, for example, how big's the typical disc brakes in a typical car? Are they bigger or smaller in a car if they go faster, if it's a heavier car? That type of thing is some good application of that kind of knowledge. Once more then, this is the Transport Museum. It's the Riverside Museum, it's called, in Glasgow. It's a pretty amazing place. Just here with my Florence. And there's a tool ship outside. You can't really see that because of the video. And there's, you know, lots of historical cars and trains in the background as well. I did think about including braking systems in trains as well, or maybe even kinetic energy recovery sort of systems in cars. Lane, it's not a past paper question, but it is the type of thing that they could do. I'm not going to show the whole place because I'm going to go back and enjoy the family. I'll maybe take a few videos and maybe watch this space. You might see a video on something like this in the future. Right.